All right.
Okay.
All right. We are here with my favorite auntie Yanni Brown, relationship coach extraordinaire. Let me just add her as thing. Welcome to No Chaser.
Hello, hello, hello.
You are our
Hi.
very, very first guest. I'm so excited to have you. Cause I'm learning, as I'm getting older that I don't know as much as I think I know.
Man, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
So, why don't you introduce yourself for the people that don't know?
My name is Yanni Brown, and my company is Making Love Better Together, and that's spelled TWO, Gether. I am a relationship and intimacy educator, and I educate women on the amazing benefits of loving self, flaws and all. And I teach them how to be open to receiving love from a potential mate, as well as once they have a mate, I teach them how to make love better together as a couple.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm over here like questions. Ooh, pick me, pick me, pick me. I have a lot to ask.
No
I mean, because
problem
most
here.
experts can tell you how to, be single or how to be in a relationship, but it's not necessarily the easiest thing for them to explain to you, how to do both. You know what I'm saying? How to,
Yeah.
bring those things together.
It starts, believe it or not, with loving yourself. And I cannot stress that enough. You know how you feel good about yourself and then you attract that when you're out and about. It's not about being dressed up or anything like that, but when you really feel good about yourself, you notice people speak to you more. You notice guys hit on you more. You may even have a few women hitting on you because your energy begets that same energy back. So it really does start with how you feel about you. And please understand, when I'm speaking with ladies, I need for them to know that loving yourself is an everyday effort, because you have society, you have social media, you have magazines, you have everybody telling you how you should look, how you should feel, what you should be, what you should wear, what size you should be. But what if I'm not feeling any of that and I just want to love me? Like, be okay with my own style. Like, I have this thing where I whip up my own jeans. Sure, I could go out and buy the jeans that are ripped up, but I like the creativity that goes into my own ripped jeans. So what does that mean? I have to be okay with my style. And in being okay with your style, then you attract those that are interested in your style. And that is everything from your hair follicles to your toenails to what you want in life, what you want in the bedroom, what you want in a job, what you want in a career, what you want in a friendship, even what you want on your grocery list.
Mm,
But
I'm
it
over here
is as
like,
simple as loving you.
so
that's what's up.
my question, let's see.
You're
Let
like,
me get
okay, back to me, pick me, pick me.
Right.
I got some questions and you got the information. Let me see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with the whole confidence thing, how do you go about just continuing to build your confidence in a world that we live in? We have so many stipulations, so many different things like guidelines women are supposed to follow. And like you said, sometimes we get lost in what we're supposed to look like and be like due to other people's standards. How do you jump in and hone in on your confidence, what helps with your self-love,
Two things. I
your
wrote a book.
identity? Like,
Two
how you do
things.
it?
I wrote a book called Making Love Better Begins Within, which is an actual quick self-help book on how to get to loving you. You hear a lot of people say all the time, you should love you. And it's like, okay, well, what the hell does that look like when I'm feeling crappy? Or what does that look like when I don't know what love looks like? Or what does that look like when I'm used to seeing my mom getting her butt kicked? And that's the only thing I can associate love with. Like, how can you tell me to love me? So in that book, I talk about looking for love in all the wrong places and what that yields. And then I also talk about how to actually get to learning to love you like you. And it requires some alone time and some mirror work. And most of us aren't willing to do those two things. So my first thing that I would say is you have to be ready to do this work because on any given day, it's not easy. And you're not the same person you were in your 20s. You're not the same person you're going to be in your 30s. You're not going to be that same person in your 40s. So each time it requires you to take a journey to loving you. And I always tell women, pack light, meaning don't take the baggage from your past. Don't take the baggage from the previous things that happened to you. What you do is you take those experiences and you say, what did I learn about me? From everything that happens to us as women. I don't care about who did it, why they did it, Johnny. Nope, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is what did I learn about me in this process? And then you take what you learned about you and you fix that thing. Because sometimes you're like, well, that's just me. Well, sometimes it is just you. And sometimes you're the problem. So sometimes you got to fix you. And a lot of women don't want to hear I'm the problem or they're fine with I'm just me. And I always ask them, well, how's that working out for you?
Mm.
How is that really, really working out for you? You can catch more flies than you can with honey, than you can with vinegar any day. So how is you working out for you? And that's how you begin the shift of learning to love you. And when I tell you, I ask women to get naked. And I don't mean like, oh, that's cute. She wants us to get naked with ourselves. No, boo. Take off all them clothes, all them lashes, all that hair, all that makeup. And I want you to get in that mirror and I want you to look at you. And I fully understand that the first few times you do it, it ain't gonna last long because you don't like what you see. And then once you get familiar with looking at you, then I want you to get familiar with caressing you. So when you put your lotion on, I want you to get in the mirror and put your lotion on. Because a lot of times we don't know what's wrong with us because we don't want to look at it. And by the time we do look at us, it's too late. You know what I mean? You need to touch your curves. You need to feel your breath. You need to touch your hips and legs. You need to look at where your varicose veins are for those that may have them. If you have stretch marks that are taking on a new shape, you need to look at you. How can you expect for a man to marvel, love, and fantasize about you when you don't do those things for yourself?
A
So then
word.
after I have you do this mirror work, and I promise you, I charge for this. Once you do this mirror work, then I have you do some other homework assignments that involves you really, really getting to know you and falling in love with that person. And then I have you date you, which is like, oh, what do you mean date me? Date you. Take yourself out to lunch. There are so many women that have issues with taking themselves out to lunch or to dinner by themselves. And mind you, without the cell phone. Without the cell phone. How can you go to a fancy restaurant if you don't know what's on the menu other than what he tells you that's on the menu? How does he know that you like flowers if he comes to your house and he's dating you and he never sees flowers at your house because you don't buy yourself any? How you want to be treated by someone else is how you should be treating yourself.
Look, I'm up here like you already got a client. I'm just trying to figure out when I send my money.
With that being
You already
said,
got up here
actually,
like-
that was a perfect segue into our next thing. So, Miss Yanni, you have a deal coming up soon, right?
Yes, yes. You want me to tell you about it?
Absolutely. Tell
So,
everybody.
so the things that we're talking about right here tonight, I have a special for you and your show, and it is $60 for a 1 hour session with me, and then it also it comes back with a follow up because I don't want to just leave you with stuff. So I'm gonna talk to you, find out what's going on, give you some homework, and then I'm gonna give you about 2 or 3 weeks to complete that homework, and then we're gonna follow back up to see where you are in your process of loving you because I go deep. And I have you looking at nooks and crannies and crevices. I have you going to get waxed if you're into that. There's so many things that I have you do as a woman that takes you on that journey to falling in love with you because I need for people to understand what this looks like on the other side. It's a level of peace there. And maybe you guys don't have this because you're young, but my mother used to tell me all the time, save some for you. We out here in the world and we just giving everybody everything, everything. The kids take everything, the man take everything, the house take everything, the job take everything. And
Yeah.
then at some point, you're gonna need something for you when you're having a bad day, when you need a moment, when you need to just say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm
Mhm.
having a really, really, really bad day. What do I need for me? And that's where I get into breathe. There are 24 hours in a day, and sometimes you need 2 minutes just for you to get it together. So we talk
Right.
about those things and how to not be in a space where you're snapping off on other people, and it's finding your peace for you. So that when you have these challenges and you have these different journeys that you need to take as a woman, you have the tools that you need on any level to deal with whatever journey you're in and wherever space you're
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I'll be
excited.
cash apping you
Right.
after the live. No, and I'm like dead serious because we have you do many sessions with me though. Like,
yeah.
anyway. But I'm definitely committed to a different way of living currently.
Okay.
So, because I was talking to you when I first started this whole spiritual journey healing process thing, and I was just like, I feel great. Everything is wonderful.
And then
And then it was like, everybody gets on my nerves. I can't stand anyone.
yeah.
I'm annoyed. But I have gotten so much better at kind of just like reminding myself, like, hey, you a little off. Do something to make you happy. Do something that'll
And you know
make you
what? It's not even always about making yourself happy. Sometimes it really is just about that's them. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what issues they're having. And it has nothing to do with you. And it personally should not affect you. And once you get to that space, you just let that roll off you because again, you don't know what people are dealing with. We're in a pandemic right now. And people are under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. And we're constantly expected in this world of social media, share everything, do everything. Oh, this is my life on display.
right.
But behind those doors, people can't pay their bills. People can't, pay their rent. Their kids are struggling. They are tired of them being at home all day with this, schooling from home. So you just have to let people be what they're going to be. And then you respond according to the great mood that you're in, or the peace that you have, or the understanding that you have that people are flawed. And
Right.
once you have that, I'm telling you, your whole approach to everything will be different. I'm not saying you won't snap. I'm not saying you're not gonna have a bad day. I'm not saying people are gonna test you, but it definitely will happen less.
You ain't wrong. I'm definitely gonna get into trying that more often because I'm working on not allowing anybody to like steal my peace or my joy for the day because I'm like I
And
decided that today is gonna be a good day and you can have
and,
attitude
I,
if
and
that's
I'll
what you
share
choose.
with you like a real quick tip. This is old school as hell. But if you're looking for some patience, get you an old school crossword puzzle. I'm talking old school. You know how they had a book, crossword puzzles? Get your crossword puzzle. And in your free time, put your phone down, put the computer down, put all the devices down, and do some crossword puzzles. It'll help you with peace. It'll help you with organizing your mind. It'll help you with your to-do list. It'll help you start structuring things because that's what crossword puzzles are meant to do. And that's just a
Hmm.
little tip on how you can start. I know, right? A crossword puzzle.
I
It's
never thought of that.
Yeah, when I tell you it's this stuff that we need to learn is so preschool. We just forgot about it because we're no longer in preschool. But I
Right.
guarantee you, if you start doing crossword puzzles and you do them for a month, watch your level of patience. I'm talking with the kids, with people, everything. Just watch your level of patience.
We're gonna go
I
get some
might have to try
crossword
that.
puzzles from the dollar store.
Yes, them crossword puzzles.
Yep,
Yes,
the dollar store always
and
have.
it also help you with your vocabulary.
There
So
is that.
win-win. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get some
All
crossword
right,
puzzles.
so if you are watching this and you was watching this for the nasty stuff, go on get your pen and paper, baby. It's about to start. We're gonna go ahead and start asking some questions, including some questions about men's and how you're supposed to do certain things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If
Let's
you
do it.
are an uncle watching this live, hang up, put the phone down. if you are a person that has known me since I was a little kid and all that kind of stuff, and you gonna feel some type of way, I'm knocking on 40. Hang up.
You always saying
Don't
that.
text me. All right, Marquisa, you up? Cause you was ready. Let's do it. Let's do it, Killer Key.
Yeah. But wait. And so let's talk about the taboo part of this first.
Okay.
What I need for all of my Black women under the sound of my voice, every Black woman I know, woman of color that I know, when it comes to your intimacy, your sexuality, your womanhood, your feminine energy, your orgasm, and your pleasure matters. Please give yourself permission to understand, know, and feel that. Okay, now go ahead.
Can y'all see me? Am I moving? You know, with my
yes.
Okay. All right.
See you.
So you said that part. Our orgasm matters.
Yes, ma'am.
How do we let them know that before they get to where they get to before I get to mine?
Just like that. So a great time to have that conversation is over dinner.
Okay.
Let's have a date night specifically to discuss pleasure. Mine, yours, what you like, what I like, how I like it, when I like it. Do you want tricks? Do you want toys? Have that conversation in the dating process. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to waste our time. And as you get older, you'll start seeing, I'm not saying I got to put it all out there that I'm going to be swinging from the chandeliers on the first date. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as you're evolving in the dating process and you're getting to know the person that you're with and the topic of sex comes up, boom, you open that door. Let's go. So how do you like it? How often do you like it? Do you like it when I'm on top? Do you like it when I'm on the bottom? Do you have a hook?
Wait. I think I need a pen and paper.
You can watch the replay.
Okay. Right, you can 100% watch the replay. Like you're a part of the show, G. Like
start asking questions, but before you ask questions, ask yourself, what do you like? Because that'll help you ask better questions. Like if you blow on my neck, we go together.
We go together, period.
Don't blow on my neck or else we go together. So you have to find out what it is that you like. And that's another thing that is very taboo. We're not taught to explore our bodies.
That part.
Because the church told us we're going to hell. And I'm not saying we're going to hell or not. I don't know for sure. But I know I just spit on the ground, so I'm probably going to hell for that too. So I may as well go ahead and knock this orgasm off real quick and go to hell for some real stuff. I mean, I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, though, we have to be able to get to a place where we are comfortable with our bodies and looking at our bodies and experimenting with touching our bodies so that we know what pleasure feels like. So that when the first guy gives you pleasure, you're not losing your mind. Because there's something about when a guy or a girl, because take somebody there, leave them hanging on the edge, bring them back for a little bit, and then fully take them there. And most of us as women have yet to experience that. So that is how you have that conversation. As soon as you all open that door and start discussing sex, cool. All right, I'm gonna make dinner. I'm gonna have you come on over and we can discuss it because you want to see face to face what this person is talking about. Because what I know is that men and women talk a really good game until it's time to perform. And every person that you meet they're only as good as their last lay. Now, what do I mean by only as good as their last lay? The last person they was with, they're only as good as that person. So if that last person let them get away with whack behavior in the bedroom, then they gonna come to you with that whack behavior in the bedroom. Because no one ever stopped and said, you got this big penis, I need you to not use the whole thing. Or you got this tight vagina, okay, but why is it tight? So we need to start having very real conversations about your pleasure. So if the guy is never told, please stop spitting on your fingers and touching me, they're gonna go to the next relationship and do that thing.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
I'm just
Then I'm
saying,
like,
I'm not saying that that's what they do, but this is just
yeah.
some of the craziness. And I'll give you an example. Men that do this, and I know it looks like my finger is stuck, but this is
DJ,
what
what
they
is
do. Like they trying to erase your clitoris. Stop. To
Stop.
finger her accordingly, you need to ask her how she likes it. But she also needs to know how she likes it.
that? See, and that's where I was gonna go because see, here's the thing. I don't care for that part. And I don't.
But
I'm a
that's as simple as letting him know that you don't care for that part. Not
Are
to
you
mention,
verbal, Miss Tia? Are you verbal?
extremely, probably overly. Like, stop. That's not going.
See,
but
when
see, now, yeah,
look, I'm like with that situation, I'm the
when
teacher.
you have these conversations, you still have to understand that we all have egos. So we're not trying to disrupt your mate's ego
And
Right,
that's the
when you having
problem.
these.
Can we just
That's why, but that's why you have the conversation over dinner
right.
because having it during turns into stop. You're not doing it right. I don't like that.
I don't do it like that. It's more like you can stop now. Thank you.
Same thing. What that
look? I'm
equates
over
to
here
is
like I
look
was
at
the
this.
first one. Stop! You ain't doing what you doing.
Yeah,
Who taught
no,
you that?
don't do that, ladies. You have to compliment your mate with what they do well, and then piggyback it with what you like.
Mm, okay.
Teach me
You
how to
know,
do it.
baby, here's an example. You know, baby, I really like when you do that tongue thing, but if you could do that tongue thing in a circular motion, I think that would be awesome. See how easy that is?
Yeah, that is way nicer.
Yeah, it's because
Look, I'm over here like
we're in this to get what we want. And I'll also add for the men that may watch the show later, ladies, if you don't want to give him oral, it shows in the presentation.
what do you mean?
You look like, act like, feel like, stuff like you don't want to be there.
Like this.
And then you done this, mwah, mwah, and it's nowhere near where he wants you to be. But I'll tell you, but
Look at you just busting up.
here are some tips for better oral on both parts. So better oral on your part and better oral on his part. If he gets shaven, he smells better, he looks bigger,
That's true.
and you're likely to stay there longer because it's not as musty and you don't have to worry about hairballs. Same with women.
He
That's
said it ain't as musty.
mandatory.
That's true.
You know that is mandatory in my book since young ages. Reading Zane back in the day, you have to shave. Not if you
Yeah, but
old enough.
but there's still a lot of men that don't and won't. So this is just for those that are thinking about it. Ladies,
Yes.
oh, also I'll add, watch what you eat because everything we eat secretes. Everything we put in comes out. So I make this comment about crab legs all the time because y'all act like crab legs didn't exist until like the last 2 years, and now everybody eating crab legs and butter and garlic, and guess what your hoo ha tastes like?
Yes.
Butter
I
and garlic.
I me and my sister, we always would say that when would eat a seafood boil, we wouldn't see our guys. We'd be like, yeah, girl, I ain't going over there. We gonna wait a couple days. It's gonna come out
Well,
in our pores.
how about this? How about we incorporate some water into that? Drink plenty of water. Add fruit juices, not things like orange juice, apple juice, cranberry
Not
juice. That's
acidic.
not what we're talking about. That's too acidic. So you
Yep.
want your tropical juices, so like your mango, your papaya, your pineapple. And I'm talking real juice, not the juice
Yeah.
with all the sugar.
I learned that reading because I've always read the sexual books and stuff growing up. I would always read how they would meet a guy and then before that happened, be going like on a full smoothie binge, pineapples, all type of stuff, different things
You
because they
listen.
said it would
How
come
about
out.
how about this? Because again, there's a lot of sugar in the smoothies. Let's just take the
Okay.
smoothies off the table. Eat some
Okay.
fruit, drink some water. It's as
Eat some
simple as
fruit,
that.
drink some water.
Eat some fruit, drink some water, drink
Okay.
plenty of water,
Plenty of
flush
water.
everything out.
Okay. Okay. I've taken a powdery substance. Don't judge me. I was like 16. You know, you go to the sex stores and they have like the fruity substances that says it's supposed to help the secretion taste a certain kind of way. I was young, read a book, when he got it, and it actually did something different. Of course, now we're older. I would never do all this stuff I used to do. Like you said, drink water, eat fruit, healthier diet. But I've noticed that a guy that smokes weed, his situation tastes like a blunt. No matter how.
And let's go ahead and go there since we're there. You add the alcohol into that, and now you have whiskey there.
Oh wait, alcohol. I like that.
Yes, you like that, but you think it's about what you put in your body. So if you
Yeah.
drinking and drugging all the time,
Mm-hmm.
then you have drinky, druggy sex, and you think it's great because you have.
But it's not.
Not compared to. And I realize a lot of people don't have anything to compare it to,
Yeah.
but not compared to. Not compared to, wait, was my head just hanging off the bed? Did we just have 4 multiple orgasms back to back? I'm good. I'm gonna call in sick tomorrow. That's a different type of orgasm than we just had it because we were drunk or drugged up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that those can't be as pleasurable also. I'm just saying if it's like that all the time, if you want something different, you're gonna have to do something different. Can you be sober once while we're having sex? Like what are we saying here?
Yeah. 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 Definitely. You're definitely supposed to be attracted to your mate or whoever you're dealing with, and don't have to be underneath the influence to give each other pleasure.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I get that too. But that drunk sex, low key lit. But sober sex is.
Well, can we have that same lit sex sober?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then we good. But if it's always drunk to be good,
You
you
know
gotta
what?
ask yourself, is it really, really good or am I making it good? Because as women, y'all didn't hear this from me, but as women, we lie to ourselves a lot to make some stuff be what we want it to be when it ain't.
Oh, wait. One thing
Look,
she ain't do is lie.
look, I'm gonna feel like
Right. Stop touching
You,
my
you
edges,
fixing
first
your
of all.
edges. Y'all fixing your edges.
I feel like I started to feel like personally attacked, but I had to calm myself down. It's nothing personal. It's just
No, no. When I tell you everything I'm sharing with you is either through my own personal experience or that of somebody close to me. And I know what amazing sex can do. I know what the need to want to be with somebody can do. And it put us in a position of unhealthy relationships and sometimes staying longer than we need to stay and paying more than we need to pay.
Mm.
you know how that guy be working with me.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't have
I
nothing to do
Look,
with
cannot
I'm
that.
gonna
deal
feel
with
like
you. I
I feel
cannot
Sierra,
deal with
what's your question?
Oh, well. Okay, so I'm not a person that's big on finding it myself as far
I'm
as
sorry. I'm sorry.
but like
This
as
is
far as
I
like
need the key.
sexual exploration and stuff like that. I don't
But
like
what
to
are we
do it
finding?
the things that I like sexually. I don't want to do that by myself. I don't I get
Okay,
bored
so
with
you
it.
don't want to masturbate.
I get very, very
Okay,
bored with
so
it and I will go to
see
sleep.
how it took me to have to pull that out of you. I don't want
No,
to
no,
masturbate.
no, no. I was coming there. I was
You
coming there.
keep
Don't
taking
rush
a
me.
long time to
Listen,
get
you
there.
know
The
this is
show ain't that
new.
long. Come on.
You
broke
know
up
this.
top.
Yeah, you know
Okay,
this is new
so
for me. I just got here.
so your question is,
Like, how do you kind of like, I guess, get past that, or
okay, so
maybe?
here's what I need for everybody to do. Cash out me $1 right now for this knowledge that I'm about to drop. Like I'm so serious. Listen, what I have coined is called a scavenger hunt.
I'm sorry. What?
It's a scavenger hunt with your mate.
Okay.
I know, right? Right. I see you. So feel me, ride with me. So here's how it works. It is a nonverbal exercise. You can incorporate things into the scavenger hunt, or you could just use you and your mate. So when I say things, I'm talking honey, a feather, ice, whipped cream, whatever you want to add to this scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunts work like this. You can only moan when they're in your erogenous zones.
When you like it. Is that what you said?
Hmm?
You said when you liking it, when you getting there.
When he's where she said, I don't want to find it by myself. So when he finds it, you moan. That is the only way. The more you moan, the more he knows he's where he needs to be. You can't say that's it. You can't say you got it. You can't say nothing. Moaning is the only response that you can have to get him to know what your pleasure zones are. It is a great exercise. It forces you not to have to tell someone what you like. It also lets him know that he found it on his own, because men tend to like accolades.
Yeah.
So if I found it on my own, then now you ain't got to tell me because I know where it's at.
Come over here like,
That sounds so fun.
I'm so
Exactly.
single.
So if you throw some ice in there, you throw some honey in there, and do the same with him. Because all women think they know men. But everywhere you're sensitive, he's sensitive.
Huh.
I know.
That just made some sense.
They don't let you go to all them places that we sensitive at.
Well, that is why you need to have a conversation.
I might not want to go to that
Listen,
place.
listen. Excuse me. Don't be talking about his places. If he's comfortable with those places and you comfortable taking him to those places, take him where he's never been before.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
that is why it's important to have that conversation. And the second book that I wrote talks about that as well. It talks about aphrodisiacs. It talks about date nights. It talks about how to get to the experience where you're having conversations about what do you like? How do you like it? How often can I do it? Are you willing to explore? Are you open to explore? Because again, you're only as good as the last partner you've been with. That doesn't mean your partner has taken you to the places you really want to go or don't even know you're capable of going until you meet somebody that is capable of taking you where you want to go. I'm
I
just
gotta
saying.
figure out where I want to go. I'm confused.
Huh?
I said I gotta figure out where I want to go. I'm still
And,
figuring
and
out.
one question that you can ask your partner, again, casual conversation over dinner. Listen how I'm gonna play this. Y'all having dinner or whatever you go. So I'm just curious, are you a giver or a taker when it comes to making love? Now you
I
hold
like
on.
the way you said that.
Did you see how I just dropped my voice?
See,
Because
I had to break
what
the
you
thing.
want to know immediately if that person is a giver or a taker. Because if they're a giver, then they're going to make sure that you are pleased 7 ways to Sunday.
To Sunday.
Yes. And they also have better control over their orgasms, but you didn't hear that from me.
Pause.
You know what?
Okay, wait. Go back. 7 ways Sunday. Okay. Better control of orgasm.
Have you ever had a man to ask you, and again, I know that you all are young, but have you ever had a man to ask you, is it okay if I come? Did he please you well before he asked that question?
It
Okay.
was
See, you
nice.
know
It was a
what?
good time.
I've
It
had
wasn't like
that
grand,
happen.
but it was nice.
Well, that
I've
is
had that happen, but
because
not often.
he is able to control his orgasm. It's not just get in, get out, get over, and do what he needs to do. It's I have some control. I want to make sure my woman is satisfied and taken care of before I even think about having my orgasm.
Sound like a good man to me.
I'm over
But
here like it
if
don't
you
have
want to, but for those that don't know how, they can call me and I can tell them, the men and women, how to help him to keep him from having his orgasm.
okay, question.
Yes.
It's guys that are nutty buddies, right?
Did you say nutty buddies?
Yeah, that's
They
what.
nut they
Yeah,
nut quick.
What are nutty buddies?
Guys
buddies
that nut
that
guys
you.
that nut quick
Okay. Okay.
for me. So, but I know guys that are nutty buddies that have sex a lot. How are you having sex with all these multiple women different ways and you still coming very quickly? Like their stamina is not built. You would think as many people they sleep with that the stamina would be built up from the different varieties and times.
But why do they have to?
Their own self-esteem issues,
No,
preferably.
it is. You see how you just took it somewhere where it didn't need to go? It ain't got nothing to do with their self esteem. They don't have to hold out. They don't have to hold back because
Oh, I thought
whoever they are with
okay.
is okay with that. Again, remember, you're only as good as your last lay. So if that behavior is accepted and there's no need to correct it, fix it, or try and see what the problem is or what the issue is, why do I need to fix it? If she pleased with my 2 minutes and she pleased with my 2 minutes and she pleased with my 2 minutes, I'm good with my 2 minutes because young guys can bust like that.
These women got
Now,
people crazy.
once they turn 30, they having a different conversation. But what's unfortunate about that is they will go into something at 30 with that 20 something mentality.
Mm.
So now you're having mediocre, garbage, 2 minute, let me get in, selfish sex because nobody ever corrected them. Nobody ever said to them, so about these 2 minutes, can we talk about that?
Hot.
Mm-hmm. It's going. It's
Like,
going.
can
I
we
think it
seriously
should
talk
be
about
a
that?
duty. It's a duty.
Hmm?
It's a duty. You have to do it. You have to say something.
Absolutely. Because why is it that you're not being pleased? Well, his 2 minutes, he had a wonderful time in his 2 minutes. Now you laying in his wet spot. Now you got to go finish yourself. Why?
Speaking
Why
of
are we?
finishing yourself, don't you have something that help with that?
Yes, I do. But we're gonna get to that in a second. But why do I have to? Why can't I have a conversation with you about what I like, what I want, when I want it, and how I want it, and you do that if you care about me? Because I want you all to understand. If a person cares about you, then they're going to make the effort. If they care about your pleasure, they're going to make the effort. If they don't, stop messing with these people. Because now you're not looking at me and what I want and what I need as a priority. You ever heard, do you want to be wanted or do you want to be needed? Answer that question. Do you want to be wanted or do you want to be needed?
I want both of them.
You only get to pick one.
Well, I want you.
I want to be wanted. I don't want to be needed. I'm tired of that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because
What
here's
I
the
said was
thing,
that I want you to want me.
but see, nobody ever told you what the difference was between the two. And now that I know, I share. So if you're wanted, then you want me because you want me. But if you whatever that warning is at the time, if you need me, you only need me for what you need me for. And once that need is over, then you no longer need me until it's time for you to need me again.
Yep, I don't want you to need me. I don't even
So
want to
Yeah.
start.
there you go. So again, it's all about having a very real conversation because again, that goes back to that meme that you shared earlier about 91% of men, they're gonna finish. But it takes some work for you and them to understand that you need to finish. But that's why one of the exercises I have in my loving you phase is for you to look at it, all of it. Like spread, yes, do a photo shoot. You don't have to send it to anybody, but get a mirror. Just go down there and be like, yes, honey, beautiful. Yeah, oh girl, look at you. You so fine. Because when you love it, you having a different appreciation for it, and you'll make sure they love and appreciate it too. Because
Okay.
what we're not gonna do is have you jumping up and down in my stuff, going to town all the time. That's good sometimes, but I want to keep my uterus intact in my 30s. See, again, nobody's telling you all this. So if you steady banging, 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 banging all through your 20s, banging all through your 30s, what you think your stuff gonna look like later on down the road? And then you wonder why you can't hold your peace.
Ha. Sorry.
Jeez.
You know what I
know what?
mean? So,
Yeah,
so again, these are
Kegels, right?
conversations, Kegels, tilting your uterus because
Talk
he's too
about it.
big,
How do you do that? What is that?
because he's big and he's not caring that it's not really accommodating or housing. Your vagina is not housing his big penis. So he just going to town and you just let him. So these things actually happen where your uterus is tilted, your uterus is damaged, all because he's ramming up in your vagina and all that stuff is connected. It's all connected. So I need you to treat mine like it's important to you. Plus, not to mention, ain't none of them helping out with your medical benefits, your OB/GYN visits. Do you understand what I'm saying? So again, it goes back to when you love you, all of you, then things are different. You treat yourself different. You honor yourself different. You respect yourself differently. And again, I'm not talking we can't have, I need you to put on your Tim's, hit it from the back, knock it out the park. I'm not saying we can't do that, but all the time, every time, all the time. Like you can't like caress me and like lay face to face with me and we look eye to eye and you
You gonna breathe in my face like that for a long
yes,
time?
absolutely. Yes, come on with it.
Breathe in my face.
But see, that's a different level of intimacy though. And again, people aren't ready for that.
You right. Cause I don't think I'm
And
ready for that.
you can't do that, and you can't do that with everybody.
Cause I don't, I just be like, please don't face me like that and just breathe in my face. My face is hot. And I really smell your breath. It's too much.
I am a very intimate person.
Are
So
you serious?
what's up? I had some dice. What's that? What's those? Positions?
Yes.
I had some of those.
Oh.
So these glow in the dark. And what I like about these is, again, we talk too much as women. We talk too much as men. And sometimes I just need you to just light these babies up and roll them through the door when he come home. And whatever they land on, that's the position y'all do.
That sounds so fun.
So all of my toys that I carry, I tend to incorporate both parties. Because I don't want men to ever feel like a toy replaces them. And I need for women to understand the more you use your toy, the harder it is for him to bring you to orgasm.
That baby, did you not just tell me something? I was gonna ask you that. How do you not break it? Yeah, that.
How do you not break your toy?
No, yourself. That vibration throw you off.
Absolutely, because his tongue can't go that fast, his penis can't go that fast, none of that. It's like, wait, what are we competing with here? You have to lay off of it sometimes, and you have to do good old-fashioned touching. I know that's not something you do, T.
I know, but my question is like, y'all, how long do you have to do all of that? I just be sitting there like I don't want to do this no more. I changed my mind. I'm finna go to sleep.
Is this
Pop, so it sounds like the person you're dealing with, you don't like.
No. Is this with him that you don't want him to do this no more?
No, I'm saying like with the toys, your hands, all that kind of. I just don't. I'll be like, I'm not finna keep doing this.
Well, and that's okay. You definitely have that choice, and that's fine.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna finish. I'm finna go to sleep.
Yeah,
this is taking too long.
That's okay. So then the question becomes: are you clitorally stimulated or vaginally stimulated?
I like both of them.
Which one brings you to orgasm?
Click.
Both of them, honestly. If he's great and knows what's like going on, like how to, be in that area, that space, it's great. I can definitely get there.
Right, but with a toy though.
Oh yeah, probably clitoral.
Okay,
because I'm not in a key room.
And for you, it's psychological because it's the chore of it all, and that's not something you're interested in. So that's why it takes longer. Because you're like, this ain't
it's broken. This don't even take this long when it's cracking.
Yeah, so that's what that is. And that's okay. That just means that's not something you're interested in. But for those that are interested in toys or those that want to incorporate toys into their relationship, it's all in what you introduce, what you bring in, and how you introduce it and bring it in. You can't come in with a dildo big as him because he's just not. No, don't do that. You want to start off with things like a bullet because bullets take care of the business and they're small and they're discreet, but he has more control.
Yeah.
You can also put it underneath the skin while you're giving him oral pleasures when you give it a nice humming sensation on.
So that part, okay, because I personally, my introduction to Toyland is the cock ring.
Yes, very well, depending on which one it is. Yes,
They got the double O and they got the single O. You got the
yes.
single O, the one that go underneath the balls. It's like no, it lays on top of the balls underneath the shaft part. Little
Hmm.
razzle dazzle. It works that way. But then they got the double O where it's at the top of the penis
And
where
the
you guys
bottom.
sit. When
Yes,
I get on there and it stimulates the bottom of him and the top of me.
correct.
Yes, yeah. And look at T. That's what I introduce it with, so they won't feel like I need another penis in the room or it's something
And,
like
and and that, but that works for most couples though. Not to mention, it gives you multiple orgasms because it's double time and it's doing what it needs to do clitorally for you, but it's also keeping him harder longer because what it does is it takes the blood and it keeps it in the shaft of the penis longer
Yep. Yeah, because it's like a gummy,
because it's
like
tight.
it's like
It's like a ring. Yeah,
yep, and so it goes at the base.
which is
And
what strippers use for their
the
performance.
male strippers, yep. And they also
Yes,
got different size cock rings that can keep you.
yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
I introduced those
Yes.
too. So we're here. We're hard. Next after
But
that.
you can, and FYI, you can also take the cock ring off if he's hitting it from the back, and he can just take it and put it in his hand and put it on your pelvic bone while he's hitting it from the back, and it'll give you some clitoral stimulation that you need for you to have your orgasm if you prefer clitoral. Tiara, why are you looking like that?
Just like it's just so much. It feel like it's just so much mechanics in
But
this
she
that
over
I
she over
didn't
here
know
learning
nothing
like
about.
she like yeah.
I'm just like I'm finna
She's
like
not.
me
She's not into
somebody.
toys, so that's clear that she's not into toys.
Yeah.
No, no,
But
no. It's not even that I'm not into them per se because I bought one before from you. The bullet that you plug in and everything, and I was just like, this is just I don't even know how to turn this mug off. I'm just go sleep. Oh, it won't turn off. I'm steady pressing the button. Nothing is happening, so I'm just gonna not gonna worry about it. But but I never thought to be like, hey, let's see what this does together.
yes, honey. And then they have the ones now that like he can operate from his house.
Yeah.
Yes,
From
so they get the apps
his
on the phone now.
house.
Yep. They have the app with they have the panty ones that everybody said to
Yes,
go out the internet.
yes. They got
Yep.
the ones which, and they also have the ones that are U-shaped that he can come in with it,
I seen that one.
and it vibrates on your clitoris and inside of you and on the shaft of his penis. Honey, it's fun for everybody. It's like, whoo, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
I feel like
Hey.
that just it's just so much happening at one time.
They're
Yeah,
gonna be
Everybody
like,
stop moving.
but that's why you can't just introduce stuff like that, which is because everybody's not ready for that. That's going
Right.
back to the beginning of this conversation. A lot of people say, "I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready," and then you bring all this stuff in the room, and he like, "Wait, I'm not that ready. I'm
Right.
not that ready." Like,
I
what the hell is
felt
all this? So
I felt like
that's why you have to have that conversation, and that's also why I offer free 30-minute toy consultations because people automatically think, oh, I need the big one. I need the big one with the ears, and I need the one that insert and spins, and then they got some that pulsate. Like I need all that. It's like, oh, but you probably don't.
you know.
You probably
You
don't.
know, you probably just need like a little bullet, or you might just need some warming oil. So I don't just immediately jump straight into the big thing because everybody can't handle the big thing. And then it's over in 2 minutes, and y'all sitting there looking at each other like, what are we supposed to do now?
Yeah, this because it's too much because you're not gonna continue to do all of this to me.
Sierra, like, it's just too much. Like, for example, this one
Let's
is, I don't know if you can see this, it's called Red Hot Vibes. Oops.
then that's the loop.
No, this actually is this.
Mhm.
So see how invasive this is? It's small, it's discreet, it's waterproof. You can use it in the jacuzzi, the big bubbles in the bathtub, and you can't even hear it, but it's on.
Huh.
See how quiet this is? And what I love about this one is, I don't
Oh,
know if you can see the ridges. Oops. See that little ridge thing right there that just kind of locks right on the clitoris?
right. I would say it looks like the mold of a clit.
Yes. So, and then
Yeah,
also too, what's wonderful about this is you can put it underneath his testicles while you're giving him oral.
do they like that?
Some
Yeah.
men do. Again, conversations, because some men don't like their testicles anywhere near your mouth because they're sensitive. So again, and this has like 10 or 12 speed. So,
Oh
you know, it's,
wow.
Oh, just 10 to 12.
yeah,
Not
well,
that
because they're
many.
different vibrations, and you might need a constant, you may need a pause in between. You have to go through them all, see which one you like better.
Oh Lord.
But
Oh Lord.
again, this is great foreplay for both of you while you're playing in the room, and then also get into role
What's
playing.
going on?
Because we all got our alter
Let's go get
ego.
it.
My alter ego has big hair. You know, yes, big hair, baby, and you have to get into the parts of you that you enjoy, that you like, that you embrace, so that you can share that with somebody that's worthy of you sharing it with. Now, please understand, I'm not telling you to give the best of what you got to somebody that's not giving you the best of what they got.
I'm gonna have to lock it up forever then. I'm so bored. I'm tired. Can never
Well,
do
you got to
nothing.
start asking yourself, what are you asking for? And what are you attracting?
Yep. Okay.
And again, conversations that most of us aren't ready for. And that may mean you may have to be alone for a while.
On my
Because
single, on my single
what I
mirror
know,
stuff now.
huh?
I said I'm on my single mirror work right now. I'm taking
Yes,
myself out
seriously.
on dates.
And you'd be surprised at what you're going to start attracting once you're like, you know what, I'm good. And see, y'all like being outside, so you good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I totally appreciate you coming on the show. You are our first guest for No Chaser.
Thank
This
you.
has probably been one of the most informative interviews I've ever done because I don't. I mean, you would think that I, because you see the movies, you watch the movies, the
You didn't
education
ask
is
any
key.
questions, ma'am.
I did.
You
I asked
guys,
you about. Hmm.
what did I answer the question with the scavenger hunt?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna like somebody, and I'm gonna mean it, and we gonna get it cracking.
Yeah.
It's not even gonna be a game. I'm gonna
And,
be so
and
fun when it happens.
if you pick up my book, when you are in a relationship, the second one, Making Love Better Together, it talks about those erogenous zones. It talks about the back of the kneecaps, the buttocks. It talks about the nape of the neck. It talks about right above the buttocks, like right behind you, like the small of your back. Yeah, it talks about all of those places that
Yeah,
arouse
cause it's
you in
something about
ways
that part.
that, yeah, yeah. Your earlobes, the inner thigh, all of those
Yeah,
places.
I'm about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I'm over here like this right here. Some over here. Some over here.
Yes, 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 yes. So, it talks about those things. It talks about having conversations. It talks about taking her there and touching him there and date nights and what that's important and why that's important to cultivating the actual relationship and getting to know somebody. Because if you can't be comfortable with somebody in a silent room and y'all both in the room, then what are y'all really doing?
Mm.
If you can't have a conversation outside of the bedroom, what are y'all really doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a good question. What happened to it? I had one more. It's gone. It just left me. Because I'm like, what are we doing? But wait, no, I had a question.
Well, what I'd like to offer you is once we, have questions come in, about this conversation, we can do a part 2 and answer those questions.
Love it.
Because what I want people to do is not be shy about asking questions.
Yeah.
Because we cannot be passive about our pleasure. I'm sorry. You know how you go to the grocery store and you like, I don't want these pancakes because them pancakes generic. I don't want this syrup because it ain't really got no syrup in it. You should be the same identical way about your sex life and about your pleasure. It cannot be mediocre. You cannot be in the room and not show up in the room. What are we doing? What was that? You need to come over here and finish. Well, I'm done. Well, finish however you need to finish. Tongue, finger, toes, whatever you got. I need you to finish.
I know that's right. Because you're going to have to do something. Now, you're not going to come over here start no fires you can't put out. Now, I'm tired.
Amen. Amen.
Y'all got me over here like, hello.
Hello.
Why the face angry though? See, we're not doing anger. Remember, we got to have some peace. We're not doing anger. Say baby. See that? Say baby. I was talking to Auntie Yanni Brown, and she said, and then as soon as he said, "Well, who is Yanni Brown?" You Google her, because I also plan romantic dates for couples too. So most men call me for that. When they want to have a good time. But yeah, seriously though, real.
I just want to kidnap.
Kidnap me?
I just want to kidnap you, and and you teach me your ways.
Well, yeah, I also talk to women about cooking too, but that's a whole nother conversation.
I don't worry about it. I'm about to, yeah.
Yeah, so many women though don't know how.
And everybody needs to make sure that they are 100% following you on Facebook and Instagram. You are Making Love Better on Instagram, Facebook, Yanni Brown. And then is there any other pages that I'm missing?
Actually, I'm Making Love Better everywhere. You'll find me if you put in either one of those. That's across all my social media platforms.
Can I get on
Y'all
Kindle?
definitely need to get in soon, huh?
Can I buy the book on Kindle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I appreciate you coming out. Before we close out the interview, do you have anything coming up other than the $60 package deals?
You can always call me for a consult or book a consult with me, whether it's, like I said, the 30-minute toy consultation, which is actually free, the 30-minute toy consultation, because that's where I just basically pick out toys based on your preference, shoot them to you, and then you buy them. But yeah, I'm available for the hour conversations. And then also, like I said, part of my journey or part of what I do is teaching women how to love themselves. So there's that component, being open and what that looks like. Because loving yourself and being open is two different things. The dude to try and open the door for you and you're like, I got it, then you're not ready.
I
wish you knew that I was looking directly at you. Go ahead.
There are some things that you need to be ready for when, that involves speaking to everybody and things like that. So it's a couple of different things that we need to do to be ready for a mate. And then, like I said, once you have a mate, then I teach you how to enjoy the art of intimacy, communication, building, and things like that when it comes to a healthy relationship.
Dang, I just need you. Okay. We got a journey.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm newly single. I don't know what to do. I'm excited.
You're gonna date you. That's what you're gonna do.
Yesterday I went and sat down and ate. I do it every Monday. I sit down and I take myself out. I do the whole mirror work.
Next time, leave your phone in your purse.
So I was reading a book. I can't do that. I do on my phone.
Yes, you can read a book.
Okay. I said, because I don't go on social sites or anything. It's straight mental. Then I read my book and get into my fantasy, my worlds and different stuff like that. But it's definitely not social media or me Googling things or doing stuff like that.
So I know it's old school and it's probably prehistoric, but try buying a physical book. It's something about turning the pages. It's something about having it in your hand. And it's also better for your eyes.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay. It just
Okay.
don't come quick.
I know.
Look,
I
I'm over
know.
here trying to buy your book. I'm finna buy it
I
off.
know. I thought I heard you. Like, is it on Kindle? Yes.
Okay, so start being more physical and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know where Tia went.
Tia says she out of here. So yes. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes. Oh my God, such a pleasure. We cannot wait to air this and then get feedback.
Absolutely.
We're most likely, me and Tia has been talking about ladies' night. So it could be a no chasers ladies' night where we can book you and then you can share more with the world, because we have
Okay.
constant conversations like this and we're lost. We're lost. We're stuck in our head. We're not giving it a chance, and we don't know how to communicate in the most softest way, because most females right now we aren't soft.
No. No.
No, right?
And that's not your fault though.
No,
That's not your fault.
I know.
But and the men are softer than some of the women.
Yes. So
But
you can help us with the roles, because the roles are
absolutely.
reversed right now. So I see that you got it. You can coach us to be
Yes.
ladies.
Yes.
I'm definitely excited. So we will air, and you guys follow Miss Yanni Brown.com. She has the books out. She coaches. We have toys, everything. We're gonna bring her back for the second segment once we air this one. And we just look forward to you teaching us the way. I'm so open.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, there goes
Sounds
Tia.
good.
Listen, iPad died, guys. Sorry.
We was just wrapping it up.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I was trying to say real quick, I just totally appreciate you coming on our show and being our first guest. You are always welcome here. Let us know whenever you have any new products, anything you want to push. We will definitely do that for you. We will definitely be sharing your posts and everything. And anybody watching this, if you trying to figure out how to make love better together or by yourself, this is who you need to talk to.
Yes. It's like, why she had me doing homework? Because you got to do the work.
You have to
I,
do the work.
I
We are
can't wait.
definitely doing
And
that.
everybody's work is different.
We're
So when I tell you what I do is not cookie cutter,
Mm.
you know, we got people that are dealing with some serious issues. You know, I had one couple where they were married for years, but she still had issues from a rape situation. So it's like, okay, how do you get past that? So, you know, when I tell you it's work and it's individualized so that I can help you the best way I can, that's what it is.
I got
Well,
so
we
many
definitely
questions.
need all of that, and I know you have questions, right? So we can definitely set you up with your conversation. At this point, she gave us so much tea, so much information. She could definitely bill us, and there is no notation. So, with that being said, we gonna appreciate Auntie Yanni, Miss
Yep.
Yanni Brown. Y'all make sure y'all are following her everywhere else. This has been probably one of the best shows. So excited! I cannot wait.
Yes.
Hear what everybody else thinks. Make sure you're sending questions so that we can get them to her and we can do a part 2 to this particular show to help some of y'all out. I know, people need to know what's going on with their bodies and stuff like that. We've been
Yeah.
talking so long.
Absolutely.
So I love you, Auntie Yanni. Thank you for doing my show.
You're welcome, darling.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Don't know.